What is going on, guys? This is Jognal back again with another video, and today we're going to be doing the Week 3 predictions for the college football season. We got some really interesting matchups this week. Not as many great matchups, but I think Week 3 is kind of underrated because like Week 1 and Week 2 are full of those big out-of-conference matchups, but I think Week 3 kind of is like, all right, let's see what these teams actually are. So we have some interesting matchups here. So these are the games I decided to pick. Arizona playing Kansas State, Boston College playing Missouri, and Alabama playing Wisconsin. So before we go into Week 3's predictions, we have to look at how Week 2 turned out. So we almost had a complete just green sweep, but the fans did not come through. They went and picked the upset. They picked Boise State to win. Now, I'll be honest, Boise State almost won this game. And I think Oregon was messing around. They let Genty just go crazy. I think he's probably the best player in college football right now. Like, I really think the Heisman should go to the person who carries the team, and they would be terrible without them. And if Genty was not on Boise State, they would be bad, in my opinion. But Oregon, I don't know. Oregon may not be as good as we thought, which is crazy. Or what I think is actually happening, I think they're just being very vanilla with their offense. I think they're going to try to coast until they play Ohio State. But nevertheless, that was the only thing that held from a perfect board, which, no green sweep across the board. So we had one that, this is the fun of it, sometimes we'll see who's right and who's wrong. I had a perfect prediction, so did College Football 25, but I also don't think these were complete misses. Texas's logo is not loading, so I guess Texas is not back in this case. But let's go ahead and jump into my predictions, and then we'll go ahead into the sim. So these are my predictions. So I think Kansas State, even though I think Arizona is a really good team, I just think because it's in Manhattan, which is crazy to think that there's a city called Manhattan that's in Kansas. Like, you think Manhattan like New York. But yeah, Manhattan, Kansas, I think an upset is going to happen between Arizona and Kansas State. Now, this is a very close spread. I think it's only like 7, which actually is kind of a lot. Actually, I will say it is kind of a lot for ranked on ranked, but who knows? Maybe Avery Johnson will be able to kind of show out and do some crazy stuff. Now, Arizona does have like McMillan and Fafita, so they have a lot of talent there as well. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. But I want to predict an upset. I feel like I've been picking the favorite, so I think Kansas State is going to upset Arizona at home. And then moving on to Boston College and Missouri, I think this game will be a lot closer than what a lot of people who are SEC fans think. As someone who watched Boston College tear apart my team, Florida State, which I don't know, Florida State just may be bad, but I mean, Boston College bullied Florida State, so maybe they might be pretty good. I mean, Bill O'Brien, first game, did some crazy magic, so who knows? Maybe they will do some work against Missouri. But Missouri also has an incredible offense, and they also have a really good defense too, so maybe Missouri will pull it out in the end, but I think this game will be a lot closer than people think. And if Boston College outright upsets, I will be glad to eat this L because that would be hilarious. I do want Boston College to win because it's going to make Florida State look a little bit better. And I think Missouri is a little bit overhyped, personally, but they're also like, they're like that underdog in the SEC that actually could make the playoff and make a run if they like really live up to their expectations. So they're kind of like that, sleeper pick. And then lastly, we have Bama and Wisconsin. So I'm going to pick Bama only because of just the talent advantage. I really think Jalen Milroe is one of the most overrated QBs in college football, personally. He's just a guy who can run and throw it really far. He's just Joe Milton, personally, maybe a little bit more athletic version of Joe Milton. But I also think Wisconsin doesn't have the lines of scrimmage to really match up. Especially on the defense. I really thought Wisconsin was going to have a pretty solid defense, but they haven't done much. And also they have Tyler Van Dyke, who hasn't been the same since his 2021 season at Miami. So unless he, breaks out the old version of himself, I don't see any way that Wisconsin wins this game. But it could happen. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. It's in Wisconsin. They are going to jump around. Hopefully they jump around a lot to a victory, but it is going to be tough. Also, one thing to note, Both of these games are like noon. I think this is like a 12:45 kick, and this is a noon, like this is big noon kickoff, which I don't know who it helps. I feel like it probably helps the defense or the away team because they don't have to play at night. They don't have to think about the game all day, but I don't know. That is a little interesting to the fact that these aren't even like night games. But this is a Friday night game, so I wanted to get this out before Friday, and I do think this would be a pretty fun matchup, so I'll be excited to watch. Okay. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the simulations and see what EA College Football 25 thinks. So we'll start off with Arizona and Kansas State. I'm going to be real with y'all. The reason why it's jumping straight to Alabama, Wisconsin is because the other two games that I just did, the recording got corrupted, and I am very upset. I don't have the time to re-record the game, so I'm just going to show you the results. I can't show them because it didn't record, but Kansas State did up beating Arizona 24-10, and then Missouri beat Boston College 17-10. And when I was watching, it was 17-3, but then Boston College got a strip sack, and Boston College took it all the way back, so they made the game 17-10. It was a defensive battle, but Missouri ended up winning that game. If you don't believe me, that's what it is. I can't go back, so we're just gonna go ahead and jump into Alabama, Wisconsin. I apologize, but I'm going to make sure that the recording doesn't get fried here. But now we're moving on to Alabama and Wisconsin. Let's see. Can Wisconsin pull off the upset? We're going to go ahead and jump to the next quarter and see how it goes. And immediately Alabama gets a touchdown. Wisconsin responds with a touchdown. So after the first quarter, we are tied up at 7. Let's see how the second quarter goes, and Wisconsin scores another touchdown. Alabama's able to get a field goal, and Wisconsin's able to get a field goal, and then they get another touchdown. Oh my goodness. Wait a second. So Alabama is losing 24-10 at the half. What the heck is happening? Okay, so let's see. Let's move on to the next one. And they increased their lead. They're up by 17 points. What is happening? This is insane, guys. This is insane. Wisconsin's about to score again? Is Tyler Van Dyke like in his 2021 era? Like, what is happening? Again, I'm not controlling the guy. I mean, they're able to get some yards. Tyler Van Dyke has 244 yards. He has a touchdown, so I guess they must be doing pretty good rushing the ball. But damn, Wisconsin, what are you doing? What is happening? How are they able to do this? All right, let's see. What are they gonna do? Oh, he's gonna throw it deep. Oh my God. No way! Oh my goodness. What is happening? Alright, so Wisconsin is in the process of just blowing out Alabama. Wow, okay. This is some crazy stuff. Again, like I didn't expect this to happen. Again, Tyler Van Dyke is entering his second prime. This would be hilarious if this happened in real life, because just seeing Bama get absolutely like, oh my goodness, he just threw another. Well, I don't know, he didn't throw another. This is threw a pick. I mean, Miller hasn't thrown a pick yet, but like, you look at the score and you would assume that Milroe is throwing multiple interceptions, but that's actually his first interception. Holy crap! Is Wisconsin back? Maybe Wisconsin is not like they're just not showing their full playbook or something. Yo, well, look at that. That is a very interesting video board. It's like reminds of that like a gaming setup, you know, with the 3 monitors. But Wisconsin is up 34-10. They just got an interception. This is wild. I'm just shocked by this. All right, that's it. And Wisconsin goes in and blows the brakes off Alabama. I mean, again, I did not expect this. I don't think you guys expect this. Tyler Van Dyke with 245 yards, 66% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns. He is having a career revival at Wisconsin. I mean, that's insane to see that happen. I mean, Wisconsin absolutely cooked. I mean, look at that pass. I mean, that is a pretty good pass. And yeah, I told Jalen Milroe is a fraud, at least in this game. I mean, maybe not in real life, but wow, that's insane. So I want to look at these stats real quick and see how did Alabama just get absolutely railed. Look at total offense. I mean, they got outgained by over 120 yards, so that's a whole field in a touchdown. I mean, 132 rushing yards versus 76 yards per pass. It actually wasn't too far off. 245 yards passing versus 170. Wow, I mean, you can just see, like, it looks like Bama had a turnover. Punt return, total yards. I mean, look at the total yards. That's wild. I mean, it's pretty crazy. And they had some penalties too. And Wisconsin was able to dominate the time of possession. That usually determines if you win. Now, in the Arizona-Kansas State game, Arizona was able to dominate the time of possession, but they weren't able to score. So, in this case, Wisconsin was able to do that and score. So, let's look at the player stats and see. So, Tyler Van Dyke had 245 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Very good. Honestly, really, really respectable for them. Jalen Milroe, 170 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. He did have a 71% completion percentage. That's going to be it, guys. So, Wisconsin absolutely cooked Bama. So, let's go ahead back to the slideshow and close this video out. All right, guys, so we're back, and we had the simulations played out. Again, these files corrupted. I apologize. But again, I'm trying. You have to take my word for it. I hope you believe me. But Kansas State did end up beating Arizona. The score was 24-10, and then Missouri beat Boston College. I think it was 17-10. It was 17-3 until Boston College. They actually strip sacked Brady Cook and took it back to the house. So that's how Missouri was able to win that game. I mean, they were already leading, but that was how Boston College was able to get back in the game. But they couldn't do anything on offense. They scored 3 points on offense. But the crazy story was how Wisconsin lit up Alabama. They went and beat them by 24. Guys, that's insane. I did not expect that at all. So, yeah, I don't know if this is going to sway your vote at all. I still think Alabama's going to win in real life, but maybe College Football 25 knows something we don't. Again, if this actually happens, this scenario where, again, Kansas State upset Wisconsin, bigger upset. Missouri is supposed to win, so, but again, like, I think the favorites are Arizona and Bama. So we'll see, guys. The polls will be up for you guys to vote, so go ahead and see, who's going to win. We're not going to get a sweep this game or this round because we already have conflicting opinions. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoy. Again, go ahead and vote. Be sure to like the video if you like this kind of content. Again, I apologize I couldn't get those other simulations in. I'm going to work on making sure this doesn't happen next time. But other than that, this has been Jognal, and I will see you guys next time.